Well, I can safely say without a shadow of a doubt that this is not only the worst superhero movie of 2019, but this is also the worst movie of 2019. Hello everyone, and today I'm taking a look at Hellboy 2019. Oh my god. This movie is pretty bad. Now, before I get into the plot, let me show you all two examples of two great R-rated superhero movies. This is Logan. This is how you do a good, dark and serious R-rated superhero movie. And this is Deadpool 2. This is how you do a good comedic superhero movie. And I would just like to say, Hellboy fails at both of these things. I'm not even joking. Now, let's talk about the plot first. And I use that term very loosely since, yeah, there's barely a plot in this movie. The most we get from a plot is that there's this thing called the Blood Queen that is going to resurface and unleash a deadly plague across the world that's probably going to kill off all humanity. And Hellboy in the BTRD has to stop Blood Queen from doing that. And yeah, that's most of the plot because the first hour of this movie is a complete mess. We go from one location to another, and it just feels out of nowhere. Like we start off with this Mexican wrestling match against Hellboy and his friend, and then we jump into this giant hunting, and then we go to meet this girl named Alice who knew Hellboy, and then we get to the actual Blood Queen storyline. It just goes all over the place. It just wants to play hot potato with what it wants to do. I'm not even joking. And also, before we get into the future of the movie, let me just say something. I feel so bad for all the people who had to see this movie instead of seeing Shazam or Avengers Endgame. If you saw this movie and you didn't get the chance to see those two movies, I feel so sorry for you. You have my pity. I'm just so sorry for you guys. But still, now, let's talk about the good things in this movie because I do have some. First off, Ian McShannon as Dr. Broom. Now, he isn't as good as, say, the guy from the Ron Perlman movies, but man, I'll fully admit, Ian McShannon is at the very least having fun here. He's at least giving personality to this movie, and also, some of the practical effects look decent. There was like one joke I found funny. That's at the very beginning of the movie where they talk about how dark the Dark Age was. Yeah, the first joke in the movie is the only good joke. That is sad. And yeah, this movie isn't very good. Now let's talk about the problems with the movie. First off, other than the story being a complete mess, the characters, other than Dr. Broom, have no identity. Like, now let's talk about David Harper as Hellboy. Now I love David Harper in Stranger Things. He is really good in Stranger Things, and if you haven't seen Stranger Things, watch it. It's a really good show, and David Harper is awesome as Hopper. But with him as Hellboy, he brings nothing. Now, I do know they couldn't cast Ron Perlman for this reboot since Ron Perlman is pretty old. But here's the thing: with Ron Perlman's Hellboy, he had humanity. You felt bad for Ron Perlman's version of Hellboy. You wanted him to have a good life, and you wanted him to like go out and meet people. You felt sorry for Ron Perlman's Hellboy, and not only was he good emotionally, but he was also very comedic. Like seriously, Ron Perlman's Hellboy had a lot of good one-liners, and Ron Perlman was perfect as Hellboy. Here with David Harper, he just comes off as that edgy teenager that wants to like, oh, I said this word, ha ha ha, and yeah. And then the other characters, I barely remember. I barely remember a thing about them. There's this guy who can turn into a jaguar. There's this girl who knows Hellboy, who apparently can show ghosts, apparently. And then there's the Blood Queen herself. She is forgettable. she is probably on the level of Enchantress from Suicide Squad. No, that's being too nice. She's on the same level as Steppenwolf from Justice League. I am not even joking. She's that bland. Heck, her minion, this Manber pig, yes, it is a Manber pig, has is more interesting than the Blood Queen herself. At least he has motivations. Her, what's the Blood Queen thing? She's just evil. That's all it is. I'm not even joking. And of course, another problem with the movie is the CGI. It looks fake. I am not even joking. It feels like they wasted like $2 on it. It just looks that bad, especially in the giant hunting, where you can tell, oh man, this is horrible. And also stuff like the Manber Pig and the Batman. Well, there is a not. It's not that type of Batman, but the Luce Libre that Hellboy fights is a Batman. And yeah, also the jokes in this movie are terrible. I am not even joking. It just wants to be like Deadpool with some of its humor. But with Deadpool, it worked. Here it didn't at all. In fact, they even tried to do like this self-aware joke saying, well, we'll make sure she won't be back for the sequel. And also, that sequel begging at the end where they show Ape Sapien. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a sequel. Much did this movie cost to make? $50 million. How much did this movie make at the box office? 40 million. Yeah, there's not going to be a sequel. And I'm happy this movie isn't getting a sequel. And of course, the action scenes. They are not very memorable at all. I'm not even joking. This movie is just not very pleasant to sit through. The movie tries to be all dark in a lot of these moments, like the scene with Baba Yaga. But the thing is, it just comes off as like trying, like the problem with the violence in the movie is that it doesn't serve a purpose to it. In Logan, it served a purpose. Here, it doesn't at all. It tries to go way over the top with its violence just to say, hey, look, we're R-rated. We can do some of this stuff. Like, we can show Hellboy putting his a giant hand into a troll. And also, a problem with the action is this. Hellboy gets defeated easily by humans, even though he's immune to what they're doing, but all of a sudden, as soon as he gets up from being defeated by these humans, he's able to take down 3 giants without any sweat. I'm not even joking. Did the writers just forget what happened? They showed that he was like, ugh. They showed him like he just got out of a bar, but now he's all like, yeah, I can kill all 3 of these giants without a single problem. What the heck happened here? And then, of course, yeah, overall, Hellboy is just a mess of a movie. It doesn't work at all. If you want to watch a good Hellboy movie, watch the Ron Perlman Hellboy movies, because at the very least, those movies, sorry about that edit there, guys, but still, overall, Hellboy 2019 is the worst movie of the year, and if you want to watch a good Hellboy movie, just watch the Ron Perlman movies. They're way better. Overall, I'm giving Hellboy 2019 a 2 out of 10. It is that bad, folks. Don't watch this movie. It is, in my opinion, the worst superhero movie to come out since Fan 4 Stick. Yeah, it's that bad. But anyway, yeah, so if you saw Hellboy 2019, what did you think of it? And post what you thought in the comment section below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. That being said, see you all later, and bye.